Saira Peter is a magical musician. She combines both Eastern classical music with Western opera, the blend of which is truly intoxicating. Saira, thank you for speaking to us.
Thank you very much for having me in your show.
And talking about intoxicating music, I was listening to your album, More Manme.
Yes, More Manme Shah.
More Manme Shah. And so tell us, it's a beautiful place to begin because the title song is my favorite song.
Gee.
And tell us about the title song and tell us about the inspiration for this music.
Well, it's quite a long story actually, so I would like to make it short. That I was how I exposed to actually Sufi music. In 2013, I was a judge in a reality show in Pakistani TV channels. It was quite famous reality show, and I got this opportunity to listen because they used to celebrate one day, was called Sufi Day, and I heard those Sufi songs, and because my music is I sing conscience songs which has message of peace, reconciliation, and message of love and forgiveness. So I don't know, that feeling was I immediately connected to that music, and that music was in Sindhi, of course, and so most of the poetry was from Shah Abdul Latif Bhattai, Rahmatullah Alayh. So it was quite a great journey, and then in 2014 I got an invitation from the shrine, Shah Abdul Latif Bhattai, the custodian of the shrine, Sayyid Waqar Hussain Shah Sahab. He invited me and my team, NJ Arts team, to participate in Shah Latif Urs. So that was quite amazing. And then he asked me, because he said, you sing Western classical, so why don't you make an album about Shah Abdul Latif Bhattai in Western music, in operatic music? Because if you see the history of opera is also very spiritual, and the opera is itself has quite spiritual songs based on messages. I mean, it has meaning.
But Saira, when you heard the Sufi sound, something happened to you? What was that emotion that was triggered inside you?
Actually, see, when I was growing up, I have seen my parents. They were always talking about how we serve people, how we can help others, and how we can. I think that spirituality is, that is spirituality, that you go out and you think about others, and you do what right in God's eyes first, and then you do right to other people. So it's always been in my family.
The humanitarian spirit.
Yes, and thinking about people, thinking about how to help people. So it was always been there. And when I exposed to Sufi music, and I said, this is the same thing which I have been getting from my childhood. So I got really excited. I said, well, we should work it, and we should expose it to Western world in their culture, in their music, in their language, so they can understand that Pakistani Sufi music talks about peace, talks about reconciliation.
And how did you actually embrace Western opera? I mean, I understand you went for Sufi music,
yes,
and then suddenly you turned towards Western opera as well. How did that happen?
I used to sing in church. In church, when you are in church, you have to sing. And music is, for me, it has been, of course, I did my degree in chemistry, and then I did my second degree in history from Queen Mary University of London. But I think music is the language, whether it's opera or pop or whatever genre or Sufi genre is, but music itself is a language. It's like a lingua franca that you can just sing. It's very easy to communicate your message to people. And if you sing, and if you're singing from your spirit, then you can, touch people's spirit as well at the same time.
And you said something really interesting. To sing from the spirit.
Yes.
What does that mean?
It's mean, see what I want to say, that if you have a clean heart, because I think spirituality is to do with a clean heart, and is something which developed through free choice with God's help. It is the choice combined with the understanding the difference between good and evil. And I think it is the good and evil in your heart is just the beginning. So if your heart is the source of your life, out of your heart comes the word which people speak. So heart is the source of your life where you make decisions. And so what is the source of your life? Is it clean or dirty? So, if you have clean heart, if you have good heart, then you communicate goodness as well to people, and people receive it. Because I have experienced so many times in my life, whenever I'm in Pakistan or here, and when I sing my songs, people come to me and they say to me sometimes, lots of people come and they say, we really enjoyed your songs, and especially it touches our heart, and it touched my spirit. So it's quite good.
I mean, that's because you're also a very good singer. So,
thank you very much.
But shall we sort of rewind a little bit, and talk about your early days? And when did you discover you could sing?
I think my father discovered this talent in me.
Did he hear you in the bath singing or something?
Yes, I think so. I was quite a shy girl, child, but my father, whatever I'm today in singing, my father has really encouraged me, and still he's encouraging me. Whenever I go with my team, with my father, he's the one who discovered this talent, and then I took it seriously. I said, okay, I should start learning music. So I started in 2000. I started learning music, Indian ragas, and in 2005, I did one pilot project. It was...
Were you singing Urdu songs at that time?
Yes,
or?
yes,
Okay.
yes. And in 2005, I did pilot project. It was just, was a bit experimental. And I produced a CD, which was, the poetry was from Amir Khusro, Hazrat Amir Khusro.
Oh, yes.
And so, I don't know, in 2005, I'm not going to tell you my age.
No.
But I was little.
For me, everybody is young, by the way.
And from that time, I just liked, my father said, okay, which music you want to do, and I said Hazrat Amir Khusro, I like, because from our childhood, my father, he still used to have and still have lots of collection of Sufi music and Madam Noor Jahan and lots of Pakistani music. So we grew up listening all of these songs and music.
And typically, Sufi music is more Qawwali music, isn't it, in the Chisti style? That's most people.
One form of one genre.
But that genre is better known.
Yes.
Yours is less known in the West. So tell me this. So when you were discovered, right? Did you, because you were also training to do your master's degree, and you were very studious, and
yes.
How did you make up? Did you make a conscious effort to take music as your future, as opposed to being a scientist?
I took it seriously. I made commitment with music after my master's degree. When I finished my master's, I did chemistry. I got distinction. Yes. So I committed myself fully. It was in 2008, and since then I'm doing this, especially Sufi opera. So.
But can we talk a little bit about your really amazing album, More Man Mein Shah? tell me a little bit about the words in More Man Me Shah.
Yes, More Man Me Shah
Because
is,
you are genuinely singing with your heart and your spirit. And you can, and those who would listen to it will realize how touching that music is. So tell me, because it's not so easy. I enjoyed the song. I could feel it.
Thank you very
Feel
much.
it.
Thank
So
you.
tell me, what were you saying? Because the words are fantastic as well.
Yes, yes.
Tell me.
Actually, this is the poetry of Shah Abdul Latif Bhuttai, and you can say it is. Well, I would say this is my first CD, More Man Me Shah, and the wording are so wonderful because how Shah Abdul Latif Bhuttai addresses. That he addresses that God is Tu Habib, Tu Tabib, Tu Dard Ji Dawa. And so, like, God is my friend, he is my healer. So, you know, it's quite fascinating when I read his poetry that he is saying that God is our friend, and which is true, you know, God is our friend and he wants to build relationship with us, he wants to build fellowship with us. And it's like you enjoy being with God. It's not like something traditional you follow and then, you know, sometimes you get bored. but being with God means that you enjoy his fellowship, and that when I was singing these songs, I thought the same, and I felt the same in my spirit.
So
And
you make that connection at the
Yes.
time you're singing,
yes,
isn't
yes.
it? I think.
And I'm working on my second Sufi album. It's called Sufi Opera because last year I have introduced Sufi opera genre to Pakistani music industry, and in a hotel, my vocal coach was with me, my teacher. His name is Paul Knight,
Yes.
and he's the disciple of Benjamin Britten, and it was such a privilege and honor that he was there. And we both performed Sufi opera, and Pakistani audience, they just loved it. Yeah,
But
so-
do you think it's going to be a bit of a fad? Because I think it's a shock to the Pakistani public.
You know, to me,
It's a novelty too, of course.
to be honest,
Yeah.
I was thinking that,
Yeah.
you know, this is a new genre, and of course, Pakistani few people might know about opera, but they never have seen any Pakistani girl singing operatic song
That's a shock to
in
the system.
Pakistani traditional dress. But to my surprise, they just took it happily, and they came to me and they said they just really enjoyed it, and it was quite new to them. Of course, it was very new genre to them, but they said they really enjoyed it because those were spiritual songs. I sang in Italian and I sang in French, and then in German, and
I heard
English.
some of that.
So I mean, it was very interesting and exciting that how Pakistani people just took it. So because of that, now I'm working on my new album.
Is that
New
called
Sufi.
Saira? Is that album called Saira?
This is my third,
third
album.
one.
I'm coming to it.
Oh my goodness.
So I'm working on
So you
so many
really-
albums. So many demands.
Okay.
So this album is called Sufi Resplendent, and this is also Shah Abdul Latif Bhuttai poetry, which are provided by the custodian of Shah Abdul Latif Bhuttai Shrine, Sayyid Waqar Hussain Shah Sahab.
You're a trustee, I think. Of
Yes, I'm the board member
That's
of
quite a
Shah
privilege.
Latif Foundation. Yes.
But it's important just to pause. You are a Christian,
Yes.
and I'll rewind a little bit and come back again. But what was it like being born in a Muslim country like Pakistan, and where you grew up?
Yes.
Did you feel any tension? Did you feel any different?
Well, when my father and my family, they have so many friends, Muslim friends, and they used to come and go to our house. Sometimes they used to stay in our houses. So I never encountered any bad experience or something. So I say, because what we learn from our father, that no matter you are minority, but you work hard. You work hard. If you work hard, then you get it your dreams and the respect in the society, and just love people unconditionally, and that is spirituality. See, spirituality is to do with love. And I'm not talking about human love and emotional love, which is not constant, which varies all the time. But I'm talking about God's love, like He loves us, and He made this world, and He has created this world. He created us good. So, and when you have a good heart, again I'm coming. I
hope it's a big heart.
And big heart, yes. So when you have a good heart, then you see things differently. It doesn't mean that you ignore bad things, but it does mean that the starting point is thanksgiving, not grumbling all the time. So when we thank God, whatever God has created, then we see world quite differently, and we thank Him in whether we are in good condition or bad condition. So I think that depends how your heart is. I mean, of course, people hurt you. It's not easy to love people. It's not easy to forgive. But you get your strength from Him.
Do you know, I picked one paragraph from Charlotte's poem, and you've described it.
Okay.
So before I even asked you, it says, "All from the beloved's side is sweet. Whatever He gives to you, there's no bitter. If you knew the secret how to taste." Now, what does that mean?
What I believe that I think whatever God give us, it's all good, and He gave us a very brilliant gift to people, a gift of free choice. See, we have free choice, and it's a gift from God, and it's good. He doesn't mind. I mean, God doesn't mind whether we use that gift for Him or against Him. He respects our decisions. He respects us, and like Charlotte, I'm completely agree with this statement.
Yes, I mean, Charlotte,
whatever he has given us.
I think what Charlotte is saying in the spiritual sense is that everything is a learning. Everything is a teaching.
Yes.
There's no such thing as good or bad as such. It's all a learning. And I think you sort of said it, in the sense of love, not grumbling, being in the right, accepting everything.
Yes.
I think you said that, and that's why I think. Also, important point about Shah Latif, of course, is the shrine is open to every religion. It's not, although it's a Sufi shrine,
yes,
it has nothing to do, in a sense, with religious sect. It's open to everybody.
Yes.
And I think, and so is the poetry. It's open for everybody.
Yes.
Now, do you think the Western audience are really going to learn? I think they will feel your music because it has these special chords and the special harmonies, spiritual harmonies. But will they really understand Sufism and its philosophy?
Well, what our aim is to first to show them. I mean, to show about the Sufi songs in their culture, in their music, and then just leave the decision on them, And so I can't just tell you that what people, or I can't force people to do something.
I think that if you sing and you move people with your singing, I think it will make it.
It will.
It'll make a difference.
That what we hope, and that what our aim, NJ Arts is working in here, producing Sufi albums in Western culture, and that's what we would love to see. And we have been doing this since 1998, when we opened this center, NJ Arts,
which we should say is a charity. It's a UK registered charity.
Yes, and so it is like. See, that that what we have been doing since 1998, that through music, bringing people together, bringing different nations together, because I think music has that power and that authority, that it can bring people together, and that's what we want to see, to spread peace message and to spread message of Sufi-i Karam and Awliya Karam, prophets and Sufis, to all over the world. I mean, it's not like just for Western people.
It's a message of love.
Yes. This is a message for everybody.
Yes. Now, you're still young. You have so much that you have already achieved, actually, in, I would say, a short space of time. Where do you see this idea going? Of course, we know you make lots of music and you're exploring your different types of music, the fusion that you're creating. But where do you see this going in the next 5-10 years?
Yes, I think, of course, future, it's, he knows the future. I don't know. But what I know, that I will be doing this good work for rest of my life, spreading this music and spreading good values through music, and that's what I have committed to myself, and I have learned from my childhood, from my parents, that if you commit, if you do your commitment with something, then never turn back. So I think that I will do for the rest of my life.
What a wonderful way to end our conversation.
Thank you.
I wish you all the very best. You have a great potential, great future. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you. Saira's voice has a unique mystical quality to it. The fact that she is well versed in Eastern as well as opera music is quite rare. It makes her special.
A performer who offers you their heart, that spiritual moment, that's when you can go on a journey. And of course, breath is spirit, and breath is the absolute foundation of singing.
Why Shah Abdul Latif? Because he has a very special interest for you as well.
Shah Abdul Latif is a very interesting character in that he lived in a vibrant multicultural society 300 years ago. And he used his music and his thought and his searching heart to seek to connect people together.
I think there's this human longing or human itch to connect to something bigger than ourselves, something beyond our lifetime, and to someone, to God.
Saira, you're very kindly going to do a special presentation from your new album, Resplendent.
Yes.
And the song is called Sometimes?
Sometimes His Doors Seem Close to Me. And it's composed by Paul Knight.
And the poetry of Shah Latif.
Yes. And it's going to be exclusive for your TV channel.
Closed